So I was sorting through some old files recently and I stumbled upon a list titled 36 Questions to Ask Yourself to Get to Know Yourself Better. So I skimmed through it because I had answered them before, but one question stopped me in my tracks. The question was, if you were to have 3 people over for dinner, dead or alive, who would you invite? As I thought of my answer, I realized how much we change over time as individuals. The experiences we go through, the lessons we learn or sometimes ignore, the people we meet, the books we read, and even the videos we watch all shape who we become. They influence how we think and, most importantly, what we value. So I asked myself again, as if for the first time, who would I invite and what would I want to learn from them? 3 women immediately came to mind, whom I initially thought had very different stories. The first woman was Sarah, Abraham's wife. See, Sarah intrigues me. I asked myself, how does one carry the title of Mother of Nations? What kind of grace, faith, and patience does it take to carry a promise that grand? To stand beside Abraham, trusting in God's promise and submitting to his leadership, all the while carrying the weight of a divine legacy. And I can only imagine the capacity and understanding that is required to be subservient to the purpose of God through Abraham. Surely, a conversation with Sarah would teach me about endurance, trust, and the strength required to fulfill such a calling. Next, I thought about Ruth. Her story of loyalty is extraordinary. Imagine leaving everything that you've known behind, everything that is you, leaving your own people to follow your mother-in-law, as she did Naomi, into an uncertain future, into a people that she did not know. I asked myself, what compelled her? Ruth's unwavering commitment to Naomi was not just an act of love. It was the foundation of her destiny. Her loyalty led her to Boaz, and her obedience to Naomi in this process set her path in motion. And her union with Boaz not only secured her future, but it placed her in the lineage of Christ. Ruth's story proves that even the smallest acts of faithfulness can have eternal significance in our lives. And I think that truly deserves a conversation. And finally, I thought about Esther. Her journey from orphan to queen, I think, is nothing short of remarkable. Firstly, Esther gained favor with everyone as she was being prepared to meet the king. And then her obedience to her uncle Mordecai and his wisdom, and her trust in God's plan, and her courage to risk everything to save her people are the makings of true greatness. Esther didn't just accept her position in the palace. She stepped into her purpose and used her influence for the greater good. Her story is one of bravery, purpose, and divine favor. And that's definitely worth a dinner discussion. As I reflected on these women and their stories, I realized that these 3 women shared something very profound: obedience, loyalty, and trust in God. Each of them carried the oil needed to fulfill their purpose. And this reminded me of the parable of the 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 foolish. The wise virgins took their lamps and extra oil, while the foolish ones brought only their lamps and no extra oil. When the bridegroom arrived, the wise virgins lit their lamps and went into the banquet, but the foolish ones were left behind because they were unprepared. I then realized that in essence, our path to purpose requires us to have oil for the journey. The point is, it is the oil that prepares us for service. The oil equips us for the assignment. The oil fuels our journey to purpose and sustains the legacy we are called to leave behind. So here are my 3 cents. In all your seeking, seek the oil. 1. Seek the oil of obedience to God. Listen for His voice, seek His instruction, and most importantly, act on it. A good and obedient servant hears the message, receives it, and acts with urgency. 2. Seek the oil of loyalty to His word. Study it, seek understanding, for faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. 3. Seek the oil to trust in His purpose for your life. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will establish your path. So don't just seek things or limit your prayers to the desires of your heart. Instead, ask for the oil, because it is the oil that gives you understanding, the oil that equips you with the capacity to carry what is to come. And it is the oil that brings favor and success in your endeavors. So in all your seeking, seek the oil. Welcome to Eden.